How much can someone earn from a YouTube channel? Is it enough to live off of? YouTube has become a major source of income for some YouTubers. In fact, according to Forbes magazine, YouTube stars now make more than $10 million per year. This makes them extremely wealthy compared to other celebrities. Some YouTubers even spend their earnings on cars, houses, or expensive vacations. Others invest their money wisely and save for retirement. Regardless of where they choose to put their money, these influencers have achieved success because of their passion for their craft. Hello beautiful people, and welcome to It's Just Business. Today's video is going to be really informative because today we're going to talk about the ways in which KSI made his fortune through YouTube, boxing, and real estate. So without further ado, let's begin. Let's talk about his fights first, as KSI has many talents. KSI is a successful fighter and emerged victorious in the main event on the night of August the 27th, 2022 versus Luis Alcaraz Pineda. It took place in a boxing event that was filled with social media influencers and YouTubers scoring knockouts. Pineda is only a professional in name, which is unfortunate for him. KSI completely dominated him, scoring 7 knockdowns while Pineda continued to whine and cry throughout the fight. Pineda's behavior on the outing was really embarrassing. After each blow that KSI landed on him, he began to complain. Pineda was knocked down 3 times in the first round by KSI, and each time, Pineda claimed that the punches that brought him down were unlawful. They were not the same. At that point, the fight might have been stopped, but for some inexplicable reason, the referee permitted it to continue. Pineda went down twice in the second round as a result of punches landed by KSI. The second knockdown was caused by a crushing left hook and other shots that came after it. During the time that the referee was counting, KSI worked on his push-ups. The referee didn't seem to have any special reason for extending the bout into the third round, but he did so anyway, and KSI finished the job by knocking his opponent down twice more. Although these hurdles were not very difficult, the outcome has KSI's fans extremely excited. KSI then challenged much-discussed banned influencer Andrew Tate and boxer Tommy Fury to a fight in the future. Does KSI not fear? We think he has steel balls. Aside from this, the question of how KSI was able to amass such a large fortune through his boxing, real estate, and YouTube endeavors immediately springs to mind. Therefore, if you want to avoid missing out on any of this information, stick around until the very conclusion of this video. However, before we continue, please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and clicked on the bell icon. This will ensure that you do not miss any of the fantastic videos that we upload in the future. And let's get started. Olatunji KSI Olatunji is one of the first stars to emerge from YouTube, but he is also quite successful in many other areas. How precisely does he generate so much money, considering that he currently has his hands in a variety of businesses and has estimated yearly profits of $12 million? When discussing the early users of YouTube, which is owned by Google and has given thousands of people the opportunity to make life-changing sums of money, it is difficult to avoid mentioning KSI as one of the platform's founders. His beginnings may be traced back to the world of gaming, encompassing everything from Call of Duty to FIFA, but the scope of his work and the sources of his income have significantly widened since then. Whether it's competing against other YouTube stars in a boxing match or appearing in a movie, he is a significant figure who has demonstrated to the expanding community of artists that they do not have to be constrained. KSI's experience demonstrates that successful endeavors of this kind can deliver a large financial upside for success. What precisely does KSI do to make his money, and how much does he now have in the bank? Let's get into it. It is not known for certain how much money KSI has amassed over the course of his career, which is similar to the situation with the majority of famous people. A number of different accounts place his net worth somewhere in the neighborhood of £16 million. This number has the potential to skyrocket within the next couple of years when one considers the number of revenue streams he has built as well as the portfolio of property he has accumulated. In 2008, KSI launched his own channel on YouTube with the primary purpose of streaming his FIFA competitions. He developed a significant following on the site while simultaneously expanding both his material and his professional horizons. In 2012, he began his career as a rapper, and he uses his channel and audience on YouTube to promote his songs. KSI gained popularity after releasing his music on YouTube and iTunes, and his tune Heskey Time was particularly successful. The tune was centered around football, and it was co-written by KSI and Randolph, who are both members of the YouTube community. He then released the singles Lamborghini, Two Birds One Stone, and Down Like That in response to the commercial success of Heskey Time. KSI was also one of the first creators that were responsible for starting the conflict that was going on between YouTubers and TikTokers. Because of this, there has been a rise in popularity of amateur boxing contests that feature influencers from both platforms. KSI battled fellow TikTok star Joe Weller in 2018, and later in the same year, he squared off against Logan Paul in a fight that ended in a tie. The rematch between these two would take place in 2019, and this time, KSI would emerge victorious in a split decision over Paul. Many YouTubers and TikTokers make millions of dollars from the yearly showdown because of their coverage of the match, which earned them both a small fortune in PPV money at the time. This practice continues to this day. At the age of 24, KSI has already purchased a Lamborghini, which allowed him to realize one of his early aspirations. He had also invested in a property that was 10,000 square feet in size and a penthouse in London. The 29-year-old began producing FIFA-related YouTube content in 2009, but his current business ventures include boxing, music, and an energy drink company formed with ex-rival Logan Paul. Known for pushing the boundaries of his peers, KSI will do so again when he faces two boxing opponents on the same night. After facing British rapper Swarms, the Londoner will return to the ring later that evening to face 2-5 Luis Pineda. However, any money earned from those fights is likely to be a drop in the bucket compared to KSI's already substantial fortune. Thrilling.com estimated in June this year that the YouTuber has a net worth of around $25 million, though determining his earnings is difficult. In terms of YouTube, KSI has 24 million subscribers and nearly 6 billion total views on his main channel. That doesn't include his secondary channel, which has nearly 16 million subscribers and nearly 3.7 billion views. According to Social Blade, if he reaches the right audience, his earnings from the former can reach around £60,000 per month or around £720,000 per year. He also has around 20 million Instagram and Facebook followers, and his work with the sidemen generates a lot of interest and thus earnings. Not content with ruling his own corner of the internet, KSI has recently presided over the airwaves and released 2 studio albums. Both his 2020 debut Dissimulation and 2021's All Over the Place have reached 100,000 sales in the United Kingdom and have been certified gold. Both entries reached #1 on certain UK charts, featuring collaborations with world-famous artists such as Rick Ross, Lil Baby, Craig David, 21 Savage, and Future. And with that kind of recognition comes increased exposure, not to mention the financial benefits. KSI used his YouTube millions to build a property empire worth an estimated £10 million. 3 years ago, his property firm, Kilimanjaro Your Mum Limited, spent £1.5 million on new addresses to add to the £8 million of housing stock he bought. Financial accounts for the firm that were published last October show total new assets of £550,000. Another of KSI's companies, The Throne Holdings, had a net worth of £4 million last year. KSI considers himself extremely fortunate that he was able to pursue his true calling. He claimed that he had no clue that he would become such a great success on YouTube, and that his dedication to his channel and his consistent posting schedule was the distinguishing qualities that earned him the reputation of a superstar on the platform. And that's it for today, guys. We hope we could inspire you with the work ethic and energy of KSI. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us in the comment space below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our interesting videos. You can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We'll catch up in the next video. Crush the goals in your life and stay tuned for more videos of It's Just Business.